Pearlstone is a 180-acre conference and retreat center and part of the Chesapeake Bay watershed. When water flows from the stream on Pearlstone's property, it traverses the Liberty Reservoir and the Patapsco River before entering Baltimore's Inner Harbor, which flows to the Chesapeake Bay.
Chesapeake Bay is central to this state's identity. It's an economic engine, but it's also an environmental beauty. But it only stays that way or becomes that way again through our efforts.
Pearlstone is an agency of the Associated, which is the Jewish Community Federation of Baltimore, and they have been so supportive in this project and all of the restoration and stewardship projects that we've been doing on this land.
Everything depends on water for life, and to care about people, animals, plants having unpolluted, clean, accessible water is to care for life broadly, and that's a Jewish imperative.
Long before Pearlstone began stewarding this land, it was lived on and sacredly kept by the Susquehanna and Piscataway indigenous groups. It is so important for us to honor those who came before us, acknowledge the grievous history of colonization, and ceaselessly advocate for their justice and equal treatment.
Whether it's places to capture rainwater from storm drains or between the organic farm fields and the pond to slow the water down and purify it. It was restoration professionals like the people at EcoTone who gave us the roadmap from how to get to A to B.
A wet meadow is essentially a wetland, and a wetland is 10 times as diverse as most uplands are. You've got not only a diverse mix of vegetation, but you got a diverse mix of wildlife. Wet meadows used to be throughout our landscape in the Chesapeake Bay region. We spent a couple hundred years draining and drying, and now we're starting to put back. More wet meadows means more infiltration, means less flooding, a lot of wildlife habitat, as well as great water quality benefits for the bay.
From a meadow standpoint, I love when you see the butterflies come in. It's just a gorgeous thing to see, and people then brings people's eyes to it, and they kind of appreciate the restoration work that we're doing.
What does our restoration site sound like? Is it deafening because of all the spring peepers? It's loud. It's a symphony of sounds. If you just take the time to slow down, sit down, and listen.
The humbling and exciting part of having the intention to take care of the earth is that it really applies to all facets of how we relate to the earth. The water is one that we've focused a lot here, and it's really meaningful because it's pervasive, it's throughout everything.
There are so many benefits for being in the natural world. Your thinking is clearer, your breathing is healthier.
It reduces blood pressure, reduces anxiety.
Your muscles get exercised differently. It's just refreshing.
Connecting to the natural environment, whether in your backyard, in a park, or at Pearlstone, is good for your physical, it's good for your emotional health. The one thing I like about nature is it's always there, no matter what.